and we're going to finish these FAIRYCORE nails today. So come chill, come hang out with your girl, make sure you like and subscribe, all the wonderful things. And yeah, we have quite a few products here. So we're going to alright. Okay, so I did this nail right here. I did this nail Saturday with the Ellison group collab, and I wanted to make it into an actual set. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Hi, Lolly. How are you, sweetheart? Can you hear me good? I don't have my mic on today, so that way I don't have to worry about it going out. Give me one sec, darling. Okay. Oh, okay. Nice. Thank you. Just trying to get the computer situated. Okay, so I don't know if you were in there or not Saturday, Lolly, but I can't remember who all was in there, to be honest with you. However, we had to use like things that typically I wouldn't actually reach for, to be honest with you. So I kind of pulled a bunch of colors because we're going to be doing a river of polish like you always know that I do. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Hi, Samaya, how are you? Thank you for coming. So the FAIRYCORE nail is basically going to be based around almost like a witchy FAIRYCORE galaxy vibe, I guess you could say. We're going to do a couple different things. So I wanted to use like the butterfly vibe, right? And I have these stickers, these decals. And see these purple butterflies? I thought they're so gorgeous. And I thought it would be cool to either use these ones because they seem to be the biggest in terms, maybe not. But I thought about doing one on one nail on the corner and the other on the other corner. So when you put the nails together, they kind of go together. But I wanted to kind of do like crystals on top of it. That was where my brain was going. And I did a blooming gel look underneath this. And you can't really see it because I have all the other stuff on there. So I kind of wanted to do that look again without like all the big stuff on one nail at least. I pulled my stamping, we have that, and I have to remember that these are not 5XL nails, and I don't have a lot of room on here, so, of course I want to do one nail that is the Polish River that I always do. I call it the Polish River, and so I pulled all of these different colors because I got the original colors, and then I thought to use this one as a background color instead of this super dark one. You know what I mean? And then maybe I could use this on a background so there's at least two nails of this color on it, per se, if that makes sense. And then let me do something, Lolly. Okay. So I think I'm going to use this as one of the backgrounds, but I also pulled the same glitter too, blooming gel, and I used this color, this one for the minty look, and then we used this one for the gold element in it, because I had to have a gold like element. So this is what we're going to do, because we're going to be doing silver, right? So I was thinking, I had so many things because I have a spicy brain, right? So my spicy brain goes in 5 million quadrillion directions, right? So I also pulled these ones from Madame Glam. They kind of match in a way, but then again, you know, And then I also pulled this glitter one because it matches the stickers and it matches the vibe too. And then I also pulled this one, which is a beautiful, like, light pink glitter, shimmer glitter. It's so gorgeous. So I was kind of trying to figure out, and then I told Cola that I would do one of the nails all rhinestone. So, like, I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this per se, because we only have 5 nails. So if I do the butterfly one where I put the 2 butterflies on, and I was going to make this like the river nail, so maybe I can do the all pink, like fuchsia color, like this color, but in rhinestones on this one. And then we could, and then I picked out all of this. So obviously I wanted to do the butterflies in the actual river of gel. And these are teeny tiny little butterflies. I usually use gold ones for these, but depending on, you know, how it's going to be on the nail, because you have to fit this stuff to the nail. You know what I mean? You're welcome, love. And I wanted to put my name on one of my nails because these glow in the dark, and I thought they would glow and look really cool. So I'm trying to figure out exactly what I want to do in terms of that, you know what I mean? And a lot of these charms in here glow in the dark except for these little bows. But so yeah, I was like, I always pick a lot of options and then overwhelm myself when I'm doing stuff like that. But I also have silver butterflies in here. So these will be, if anything, since these are smaller than the other butterflies, maybe I could use these instead on the river part. And then I pulled these because I have fuchsia in here. So I'm just kind of like, thank you. And then here are the like fuchsia ones that I have. These are the only ones I have that are like fuchsia. But I also pulled this because we have these like purple, blue, fuchsia multicolored ones here. I have these ones too, but they have a little bit of an orangey tone to them. So yeah, we're just kind of throwing all of these like FAIRYCORE pink, teals, blues, and purples and whites together to just kind of give us, you know, a little bit of something that we want to put in there. But so yeah, that was what my thinking was. And I did want to put I don't know if we're going to be able to, but I think I'm going to pull a few of the tiny stars because I did add the tiny stars. Good to have too much. I know. Hi, X Danielle. How are you? Thanks for coming in. We're just getting started here. I was going through all the products and everything. I did stamp as well, so I did pull my stamping stuff. I also pulled my acrylic because I was like, ooh, what if we did an acrylic flower on one of them? So I'm like, I have all these ideas running through my head that need to come out of my head before I can start anything else. So we need to like do this. Hi. Hi, Shirley. Hi, Stars. Oh my gosh, I am going to say your name so wrong. Is it okay if I call you Stars? Hello. It's nice to meet you. Thanks for coming in. But do you guys think that like putting my name in it and kind of building something around my name would be cool? I'm not really sure what to build around my name, honestly. I thought about adding these little flower things. Like I put my name in the middle, and we put one here, and we put one here, and then my name will kind of come down in the center like that. You know what I mean? So it'll be shug down the center, and then we can put the flowers around it. I'm not really sure. I kind of have a lot that I want to do. And then I found this little fairy. Look at my fairy, guys. I didn't even know I had this. So I found the fairy, and I was like, oh my goodness. Okay, great. It's nice to meet you. So yeah, I'm gonna pick out a few of these little guys here, which are not a lot. They're not super big or anything, but I want to have them out just so I have them. And they're very tiny, but I only have them in blue. I have them in pink too, but I don't have any tiny purple ones, which I'm very sad about. But I figured if we pulled out some of these tiny stars, I can, because I used this tiny star on the thumb. Excuse me. But yeah, I have a tiny bow tie, but no tiny purple stars. What in the world? I need tiny mocha purple stars. That's what I need. I'll pull one out just so we have it out. Because if you're new here, you guys don't really typically know, but your girl loves moons, stars, anything ethereal is my absolute fave. And purple's my favorite color. And maybe I'll just grab a tiny pink one. No, not going to do that. Okay, so we got a few stars out. We'll see what we can do with them. So we're not going to use any of these quite just yet. So I'm going to put those to the side. But I feel like these will be nice on the nail. I feel like that would go really, really pretty. And then I do have this that I thought maybe we could put in this center all blinged out nail. I'm not really sure. But there that is. And so here's my thinking. So I wanted to do a butterfly. I know I don't go on Ally. But I thought about using these to create a crystallized butterfly effect. So we would take some of these little ones here, add some of these little shapes here, and just make like kind of a cool butterfly effect, if that makes sense. Because they're so tiny, I thought it would actually look pretty decent. I don't really know, but I thought that would be cool. I thought that'd be a cool concept with using these as our, you know, butterfly like background-esque, if you will. So that's what I'm trying to figure out here, because I wanted to put my name on them, but at the same time, you know. I know. I need to. I just hate putting that on my phone. I literally use everything from I do everything from my phone. Okay, so the background color, because we'd have to make these ones our butterfly nail if we're going to do the butterfly effect, but I figured you guys could help me do this and hang out with me and pull some colors, and you guys can tell me exactly what colors you would like me to use. We're gonna be using this color for sure, because that's what I used in the original, and then this gold as well, and then we use this purple and this blue. But I wanted to kind of add in a little bit of a more sparkly blue pink. And someone told me I needed to add purple glow. So we got the La Katrina glow polishes here, the blue and the purple. And I also have this cat eye from Lip Smacking Nails. It's really pretty. It's such a gorgeous like color, and I feel like it would look really cool. But okay, I also have my stamping too. What do we think? Pink gems and charms. Okay, we can do that on the pinky. So that's what we're gonna do on the pinky. Then we don't need to do anything on the pinky besides make sure we put this glitter as our background, like our base. So let's get into that first. That way that one's done. And then we don't have to worry so much about that one. I think I want to do a... Do we want to do a glow color on this one too? So that way at least... This one won't glow, but it'll have glow stars on it. Ooh, that's what I forgot. My glow stars. Where'd they go? Let me grab my glow stars. And... So we have butterflies that glow too. And And then let me grab my pink that glows. I'm not sure which pink actually glows pink, but so I have these guys. This is what I used on the thumb. Let me put these polishes in to see which pink glows pink, so that way it's actual pink. Hang with me, hold on. Okay, so they all pretty much glow orange. Let me see this one. I hope this one glows pink. Alright, so they glow orange. I don't want orange. I didn't want orange at all. Okay. That's fine. We have, I also have fuchsia in this color here too. So, I grabbed that. Alright. So I'm thinking, why don't we do a little bit of this gorgeous color, and then I also grabbed some flakies that we could add to a background if we wanted to. So for this one, I'm not going to use any base coat right now. I'm just going to add this. Ooh, look at that color. Oh my gosh. So this one's going to be our fuchsia all gem. And maybe we can add a few saturated butterflies throughout, you know? Just to kind of give us, and a chain. We could add a chain on here too. Just to kind of give us that nice variety. Now I'm just making sure I'm taking that excess off because you don't want a bunch on here. That's a gorgeous color. Alright, in order to wear any nails that you may have, you need to make sure that you do not have anything underneath. And that you're constantly cleaning that back portion out. But good lord, that's gorgeous. I use my phone. Hi, Nana. Yeah, it is. Oh, hi, Lori. How are you? Calming Creations by Lori. Hi, Key. Hi. T Camp. Guys, a lot of these ladies in here that just popped in have channels. Please go check them out. They are absolutely amazing. All right, let me fix this. I don't want to be able to see through. Not that it's really going to matter, but I just want to make sure the back end is going to look really nice as well. I want to do as less. I don't want to do a bunch of layers, right? You want to keep it kind of simple when you're doing a full bling nail. You don't want it to be super duper thick, right? So keep that in mind, everybody. Look how gorgeous that is. Love it. All right, 60 seconds. She goes in for. All right, now, so this is what the first one looks like. And the only thing that glows on this one is these little 2 stars I put on top. And then I just added the chain with the butterfly. So I think what I'm going to do is add the chain again on the pinky nail. And have it come the opposite direction. So that way they're coming in towards each other to complete the nail set. And then that way we have chains on both ends. Since that's going to be our pure fuchsia nail. All right, here comes the hard part, everybody. So most of you guys know, if you're new here, I like to do it's called a color of river. It's actually river of color, to be honest. Now, I got to figure out how I want to do the background on the color of river, because if I do that, then because the background on these is how I'm gonna show you how to do the blooming gel effect that I did with all the colors. And then these two right here will have the butterfly, and then I'm trying to figure out how to do shug on my nail. Oh, thank you, Lolly. How are you guys? Okay, so here's the glow in the dark shug, and I don't know why, but I really wanted to put my name on these because this is a FAIRYCORE witchy type kind of galaxy vibe, I guess, if you will. So I really wanted to put my name on my nail with like a couple stars, and maybe I can do that in the river of polish. We'll have to see how that goes. Let's get the colors on first, and then we can kind of go from there. But I think what I'm going to do for the background on this one is I'm going to use this darker color. And then for these two, we'll use this lighter pearly tan color. Because this one's a gorgeous color. And I think this would be a really pretty background color for that. And then that way I can show you the blooming gel effect before we put the butterflies on. Sound good? All right, let's do this. Can you guys see good? Do you want me to zoom in? Shout out to everybody here. Thank you for being here. Okay. We got to lay our backgrounds first. The background needs to be laid first. So let's go in and do this one. Let's lay our background on this one, which is going to be this darker tan color. And you don't have to do this, you guys. I just choose to do this because I really want a more... I guess I don't. I could always use a different colored background if I wanted, but in order to bring the colors out and it not be super saturated, you know? Alright, let me grab the bottom to my... Okay. Alright, everybody ready? Because we're going to be using glitter as well, and we're going to just kind of go from there. So, if you're going to do anything like this, you know, you want to make sure you lay your base coat down, or else you won't, you know, it'll chip and all that. It might not chip, but we're going to do 2 thin layers of this. Oh, look, we have a floof, everybody. Already. We have a floof all freaking ready. This is a beautiful color. I don't have many cover colors at all, but it's a beautiful color, and the cream consistency is gorgeous. Don't worry, I'll get the floof out. Oh my goodness. Okay, we got that out. Thank goodness, everybody. So, has everybody's, like, week been going good, though? Okay. And you always want to make sure, like, there's no... Sometimes it'll pull away, so it's always good to do a base coat, because the base coat allows the gel to grip to the nail. So keep that in mind, too. I'm just not doing that right at this moment. That's gorgeous. One coat, baby. I'm just going to take this excess off. Okay. Got her. Ooh. I'm excited for this. I've been dreaming about it, to be honest with you. And I had so many things on my mind. Hi, Barry. Hi, T. Kim. How are you, my lovely? Had to finish something. How do you start a live? You hit the live button on your phone. Okay, so there's that. Now, let's do our lighter background for our other ones, so that way they're done. And then that way we can get going and do all of the extra add-ons and all that. Now, I did this nail on an Ellis Lip Smacking Nails monthly live that we do at the first of the month. And it was a bingo, like tic-tac-toe type bingo thing. And it was really fun. And I had to use my brain, my spicy brain, which I didn't even think I was going to get done with the thing. And my partner was Nail Creations by Lori. She's in the chat right now. And the spin was, we had to pick all of our colors for the, whatchamacallit, the bingo thing, or the tic-tac-toe. And we had other opponents, and it kind of was a tie, so then they threw in a curveball and had us do it. The chat chose fairy tail. I called it FAIRYCORE, but it was really fun, and I thought it was a good way to kind of get your creative juices flowing. Look at this color, oh my gosh. Alright, make sure you follow through from top to bottom, so that way the whole thing is completely done. We're going to be adding stuff on here, so just make sure you don't have a bunch, right? Okay. Like I said, I'm wiping that excess off. Make sure there's nothing underneath. Oh, that's gorgeous. Nice. Okay. So here's this one. So this one is that one. And I think these colors are going to pair really nicely. You need at least 50 subscribers to go live. Yes. Who did I miss? Oh my gosh, 4 days? Oh my goodness gracious. I gotta do Hub's hair because he's like, if you don't do my hair, I'm like, ugh. His is in braids, so like it takes me like maybe 2 hours or so to do his hair. Okay, that was a lot of polish, so we want to make sure we're bringing that polish down towards the edge here. We don't need to dip in and get any more polish, guys. You can use what is on your brush and maneuver it around the nail. The only thing I don't like about these huge brushes, oh shit, is that they wrap around the entire nail, and sometimes it kind of pulls a little bit more to one side than the other, which is fine. You just have to keep your eye on it, I guess, so that makes sense. Just as long as you keep your eye on it, though, you'll be fine. And then we'll add all the colors that we're going to use to our palette. And anybody can do this, you guys. I'm just wiping off my gel off of my gloves so I'm not sticky. But for the most part, you don't want like super duper lines in your color. We want it to be a little bit equal here. That's about the only difference with some of these shimmer polishes. And like I said, you have to make sure you keep it light when you're doing a background. So we're going to bring that up this way. I'm excited though, because I feel like getting this out of my head is gonna like really help with being able to do what I need to do, you know? So technically with these ones, we're going to be on either side of it. So you want to make sure that at least the top and the bottom are not see-through. So sometimes it takes a minute to get it right, but you know, for the most part, I wish these were like smaller brushes, to be honest with you. Because I think for me, but yeah, as soon as as soon as I made that nail, I was like, oh my god, I have to do this as a regular set, you know? I'm gonna lightly pull this down from the top and hopefully. Okay. But it'll pull at the top here if you're not careful, so hopefully you guys can see that there. See that? It's fine. We're just gonna go with it. And then you always want to make sure you're keeping your shape, guys. Especially on any set that you do. Keep the inside clean. And then that way you have none underneath. Okay. Gorgeous. You should only need one coat. You should never need two coats in that way when you're doubling up on stuff. Okay, this is going to be a crazy set, you guys. I really love that color. This is a beautiful color. My cat was up here. I got hair up here now. All right, now we're going to do the river of color first, okay? And then I'm going to show you how I do my blooming gel effect and go from there. Okay, so we're going to use this guy right here. This is our background, of course. Hi, Mama Sue. Hi, little mamas. Good afternoon to you. I love you guys so freaking much. Okay, so here are the stickers I'm basing this off of. So butterflies, fairies, all the good things, right? And then we have our stars we'll be adding at the end. And then here are some of the things that we'll be, you know, using. So let's get our background on first. Now the butterflies right here, I wanted to put one on each nail facing this way and adding gemstones into the butterfly to make it like a gemstone butterfly, but still has the outline of a butterfly. So jagged, but crystal-like, but fairy core, if that makes sense. So that's what's in my brain. Okay. Mama Sue said she wasn't missing this, so. Alright, so, alright, this one. Alright, now what we're gonna do. Okay, so here are the background colors, which actually I think are going to be quite nice in terms of we have one that's an actual color. I don't know why my pinky is always so, like, the smallest one, but it is. So we have two of the same, and then that way they kind of go with each other. It kind of helps in the process of making a nail set. Okay, so I'm going to move this out of the way so I have a little bit more room here. So can you guys see good, or do you want me to hone in a little bit? Hi, Cola. I'm a ginger snap. Hello. Hello, everybody who's new. My name is Sugar, and we're doing FAIRYCORE nails. Yes, I did. That's why I asked Josh that. Zoom in a tad. Okay. Good. That look better? Shout out to the 20 of you guys in here. Lip Smacking Nails is also in here. You're fine, love. I literally just started, to be honest with you. I just did the background colors. So we're going to do the pink, fuchsia pink, and I have pulled out these little, this gem here is going to be like our main focus on that nail. We're going to be adding a few of these chains and possibly some butterflies, but mainly completely blinged out because I owe Cola a blinged out nail that is fuchsia. Okay. Now, we are going to make sure this little guy is cleaned off because we have a lot of colors to add in here. And I usually use my square brush, my thicker petal brush here, and then a liner brush with a cleanup on the end. So, what you want to do is I made it off, but my cow is up here, so technically we don't want anything in there, right? I had so many ideas, you guys. That's what I was telling them earlier. I had so many ideas, like 3D flower petals and blah, 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 blah. I'm just like, you're doing too much. You're doing way too much. Okay, now, our colors, our main colors is, we got Frosting Fun, which is like a beautiful teal. We have Dream Drop from, I think this is the May collection. We have our Hollow Knight, which is our gold effect that we needed to add in. Hi, Isabella. Hello. You never bully. You strongly suggest. And then the purple that I used is this one here, which was Lavender Toast. So these were the 3 colors I used, and these 3 right here were the colors I did for the background on the Bloomy Gel nails. However, I think to match everything, right, I want to add in a couple more colors. So we're going to add in this fuchsia. We're going to add in this light, beautiful shimmer pink to kind of give us that lightness of it. And we're going to add this glow purple and this glow blue to give us a glowing effect in there. So we have at least glowing nails. And is that all I want in terms of the River of Polish? Oh, and then I got my lip smacking nails. That one, but I think if we want to do the, so we have this fuchsia one too from Lip Smacking Nails, which is gorgeous on its own. And I'm trying to think if I want to use both those, because we have this one on the background, which is just the background color, so it's fine. So let's use this one and give us a nice, more of just like a glitter fuchsia effect instead of having that blue in there. Okay. So I did originally pull out these pearlescent, like pearly shimmer ones to give us like a lighter vibe. Because FAIRYCORE is light, I'm going to add these in as well. I know it's a lot, y'all, but a river of polish needs a lot. Okay? Okay. I think that's where that goes. Alright. And then I pulled the teal one, of course, to bring in more of that beautiful, like, bluey teal color. Okay. And then that gold's going to be a little bit more. Maybe I should do silver, because we're going to use gold on these 2 nails. So maybe I ought to bring in the silver hollow. And bear with me, y'all. Bear with me, okay? We want to do a little bit of a blue, but I also grabbed these, so we had the purpley effect, but it's more orange. So I'm thinking I'm gonna need this blue, and this one might be. Now these flakes are a bit different. They're a lot bigger and more spruced out, and I think. Give me a sec, y'all. Give me a second. And then we have this one, which is more of that purple glitter. But, if I'm thinking correctly, we're going to be adding glitter too. But, I think I want to do a more of a, like, dark purple bluey rainbow. And holographic for sure. Okay, so we got this. This is like a beautiful purpley, it's hard to see for you guys, but it's like purpley color. It's really pretty, and I feel like it'll give us that like glittery vibe we're looking for. Okay, are you guys ready? Let's freaking do this. Hi. Okay, and then this one is my holographic, which is one of my favorite polishes. It is very old and it's almost out, but the shimmer in this is absolutely bonkers. So I'm going to use this one instead of the gold in this nail. Oh gosh, I have hardly any freaking room. All right. So we'll put a little bit of this guy in there to give us that punch of blue sparkle. Alright, how I'm going to do this is I'm just going to lay them in dots, okay? So we're going to start with our lightest colors first and then go and move from there. So I'm going to take this guy here, which is Pure Affection. And you're not going to need a lot. It's not that big of a nail. And this is what I call the polish, the river of colors. I'm such a sucker for, I know, right? Me too. Okay, and then we have this one, which is gorgeous. So this one's like more, that one's more of a bluey tone. I thought it was more of a teal, but it'll be fine. We'll make it work. We shall make it work, everybody. Okay. Now we're going to do our blue. So we're going to take this blue. Now, like I said, you still want a good amount on there. You know what I mean? Because we're going to be scooping the color on all three nails. We're going to take this blue, which is our glow in the dark. So we need to make sure we know. I'm going to shake this though. They're kind of similar in a way. But we want to get a lot of that glow in there. These glow polishes are my favorite glow polishes I've ever owned in my life. Hi, Conjure. How are you, babes? Okay, and then we're going to use this pop of blue. So we're going to stick all the blue and all the... Ooh, I don't know. That one might not work, guys. I don't know. It's more pink if you put it on something that's not dark. You know what I'm saying? I'll just stick these right here together and then... Ooh, these might not work. Maybe once we get the colors on. What else was I doing? Purple. Okay, I'm actually gonna skip this guy. Do you see the shimmer in this guy? Like, look at that shimmer. Ugh. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Me, I'm collecting for that listen box. I'm so excited for it. I have to complete the collection, y'all. I need to find a new glitter like this from a different brand. Okay, we have the silver. Let's get our light purple. Now, when you do the river of color, it's going to be a tad bit different. So, and then we're going to put foil around it, but in silver. And I like to take my time, so, you know, it's okay if you guys have to leave and come out. Okay, then we're going to have our pink here. Okay, let's take our brighter purple here. Now, I don't want to put them right underneath that one because I need room to do what I got to do. Okay, let's take this one. This is our glow purple. How's everybody doing? This next box has 3 polishes and 1 mystery polish. I know, I'm so excited. 23, hi Glam. Alright, let's get this one. So, these colors are very similar. It's just one's a little bit more on the sheerer side because it is a glow, so it's a little bit different, but... Hi Conjure, my love. How are you, babes? Alright, now I'm going to take this pink. And I'm going to put this pink down here. But I feel like all these colors are fairy colors. And I know most people would use green, but I don't really want to do... I think a light teal is as far as I want to go for that. But look at this gorgeous light pink. It's so shimmery, and you guys probably can't even see it. But it's gorgeous. And the shimmer in it is... woo. And this one is called Stardust Kiss, which came in the... I think it was the February collection. Let me get this out before we have an issue. Okay. Alrighty, dighty. There are our colors, everybody. Are you ready? Alright, what I'm going to do is we're going to do this a little bit different than what I typically do. Because the rainbow, you can, not the rainbow, but the color of whatever, you can use, you know, a flat brush or a petal brush. I like to use a petal brush. But we'll see how it goes with how it looks on the nail. So we're going to come down. It's a river, so you can just go like that. Oh. Look at that. It's already a floof, everybody. Oh, hell. Imagine that. I already have a floof in half on my nail. Okay, I think we got it. Nice. Alright. Oh, shitballs, Batman. Sometimes it takes a minute for my brain to kind of get there. You know what I mean? When I have so much going on. Alright, I need to also put this on here so that way I have it on here. This is gonna come out so cool, you guys. I just appreciate everybody being here. Alright. Now that we have our colors on the plate, I just realized we have a cat hair. Good grief. Alright. Alright, here we go. So, I'm going to take multiple colors at a time, and we're going to do it kind of in a thicker way. Do I want to do blooming gel? I don't know if I want to be honest. I'm trying to think. Do I want to do it with the blooming gel? I don't think I do, because I kind of want it really thick. So, let's try this out, shall we? Alright, so we're going to take this. I think I'm going to come from this way. And then you can just map it out with your colors. And I'm just picking up a little bit at a time. So it's a bit different. And then we can map it out as we go. So that way the whole thing is different. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to take our glow purple, our pink, our light pink. And then we're going to keep going with the color. And we're going to fill it in as we go. Like I said, it's like a river of color, right? So you want all those colors to be nice and vibrant. But you don't want them to be so freaking thick that you can't tell what you're doing. So, once again, we're going to come in with our light pink here, which is super shimmery. Our blue, our green, and this blue. And we're going to come back. And we're just going to bring this up and around. And then it's going to form down into a river. What y'all think? This is how I love to do it, you guys. It's super fun. Anybody can do this as well. Alright, we're good with the sides here, right? So I want to put a little bit more of that pink vibe. And you see me do this very lightly, you guys. Very, very lightly. So we're going to bring this guy. And we're just going to mix it together here. And you just kind of let it fall into itself. Okay, bring that over to the side. I'm going to take this blue. So I want more of that lighter blue. To look like it's coming from that center part and it comes together. And you're just going to work your way down the nail, you guys. This is beautiful and it comes out so gorgeous. Let's bring some of this. So let's bring some of this pink. And you just kind of let it do its thing. Oh, that is just absolutely gorgeous. And if you have to do it in 3 different ways like I just did, then it's still going to come out looking scrumptious. But I want a little bit more of this pink. Let's grab some of this glitter as well. And then we're going to bring it down here. And we're going to make sure that color, that pink, is kind of standing out in there. Oh, yeah. So let's take some more of this purple. I kind of want a little bit more of this lighter purple. And then you just kind of rotate your brush a little bit as we go. And then you just kind of work it up so it all looks like it's kind of coming together, right? Now, if you wanted a bigger, you know, you wanted it to be a little bit bigger and kind of flow like it's coming out this way to give it the nail a little bit more balance, you can do that too. I'm gonna make this kind of... Ooh, let's take some of this pink. And let's bring this kind of over to the side with some of this glitter. And we'll just kind of come out a little bit more here with our pink. And we'll just, it looks like it's fallen to the edge, right? And you don't want it to be like super... Oh my gosh, okay. Let's do a little bit more. Tiny bit more of this blue. Gonna bring this guy in here. That way we can kind of get it like it's flowing downward. Nice. You don't want to mix it too much, guys. You want it to be a little bit more of an organic look, if you will. Alright, we have some of this. Now we need a little bit more blue at the bottom. And we need more sparkle at the bottom. Now I'm going to lightly I want that blue to really come out. Oh my god. That looks so cool. And then you could add whatever other colors you want into that with a liner brush to kind of give you a little bit more of that vibe, I guess you could say. I'm going to clean my brush. And then you can either take some of this off or, you know what I mean? So what I thought was using this and then adding Shug in the middle here to kind of give us like a, I don't know. And I kind of am trying to think if I want to bring it out more here to kind of flow it out more, if that makes any sense. Sorry guys, I'm not looking at the chat. Okay. Floof. Oh my god, that looks so gorgeous. So you can take your liner brush. If you need a certain amount of color that you want more prominent than the other, you can just take your liner brush and kind of add little lines here and there. If you want, like, say we want a pop of this dark ass pink right here, and just take your line and just kind of add it in there. Like it's following the stream, right? Not too much, literally just a freaking line and a really light hand. And that'll give you what you're kind of looking for in terms of adding that color in there, you know? I'm gonna add a little bit of this purple. Now this is this glow purple, so kind of want to make that a little bit more prevalent. Oh my god, that looks banging. Okay. But yeah, that's how you would do that, especially if you have lighter colors like this purple, excuse me, or that light blue. We have a good amount of that purple, so I'm going to take this purple and this light blue, and I'm going to stick them in the middle here, just to kind of let it focus in on that middle point. Like it's blowing there. And then you can add sparkles anywhere else that you see fit, you know, but I like that I just have sparkles. You know what I'm saying? Alright, guys, I am going to cure that. I really, really like that a lot. I think she looks gorgeous. Woo! And that is what I call the color, the river of color. What'd you think? I know, right? Hi, Rosemary. I know. Hi, Adeline. I know, the blue is actually really good. Yes, please go to, you can go to the Lip Smacking Nails website, guys. Website? Channel. Go check out that. You can check out that live we did this Saturday as well. Okay, so we're going to leave these here. We're still going to need these colors, but now we're going to move on to the Bloomy Gel nails, which are super easy and super fun to create as well. All right, so for the Bloomy Gel nails, right, we're going to have like a butterfly here and a butterfly on the other side. You guys know me. If one's going this way, they got to come inward like this. So that's kind of a little bit of a strategic part on my thinking here. All right, so we're going to take our blooming gel. We're going to add a very thin layer of our blooming gel. We're going to go over the top. Now this one is going to be a bit different because we're going to be using the whole nail as our background. So this is still going to be just our background nail art. Anybody can do this, super easy. Now, like I said, you don't want it globbing off of here at all whatsoever, okay? All right. Now, with this one, it's going to be a little bit different. You're going to use the same brush. I'm going to clean my brush off here so I can kind of get the colors I want to do. Now, last time I only did those 3 colors. This time, I really want to give those colors a chance to shine. So what I did was I took my gold and I spread it out. I spread out my bristles on my brush. All right, and we're just going to spread this out with our bristles. And I just kind of like put it on here, guys. And I come in from the top and the side, and we're going to come out this way here. And I'm just going to move this enough to where that's coming from that side panel. So it looks like it's kind of creeping in, right? So we have one coming here. So I'm going to take this guy and we're going to come this way with that. And this is just to kind of give us a little bit of flavor, right? Now you will have to be careful putting stuff on. So I'm just going to add a dot of this here. Just to kind of... There is a lot on here. Now, if you're using tips like this, you also need to remember how much you have on your brush. And if you want it to be a little bit more prominent, add a little bit more color. Because it's going to bloom out, so... Just bring that gold in just to give us like a really nice color payoff. Is it easier with a liner? Yes. But if you want that color to dissipate, but still have a good amount of that color on there, you're going to want to use a little bit of a thicker brush. See what I mean? You'll have to constantly keep cleaning it if you don't. And you don't want it to be like super bumpy, but I'll show you. So we have that, right? You can either keep adding, right? I'm not really sure why it's going bumpy like that, but... I like took that part away. Alright, see that? Beautiful. You're going to let that keep blooming. Now, we're going to take our colors. I'm going to clean my brush off. Alright. Now I'm going to take my purple. Just like we did before. And we're just going to... And we're just going to bring this around. And we're going to bring that color in. Now I'm going to bring in this and this blue. We're going to come over here. And we're just going to let it just kind of fade its way out. A little bit more of that blue. Same thing here. We're going to use this as our middle point. So it's kind of coming in from the center, but you kind of have those colors really working its way in there. Same thing here, right? So we're going to come. And then they'll kind of blend together. I just think it looks cool. I'm going to take a little bit more. Now that I'm thinking about it, I could have used the freaking glow on this one. Oh my gosh, I could have used the freaking glow on this one, you guys. And then you could just as easily put one up here if we wanted to kind of just bring it in, just to kind of give it some of that background and just kind of let it fade out. I think we should put the glow. I think I need to use the glow on this too. All right. Hold up. It looks really, really cool. I'm gonna take that off though, because I think that glow would look so bomb in those colors. All right, let me make sure that's nice and sturdy on there. All right. Now, I'm going to take both sides off my brush. And I also did the glitter while the nail was wet too. So, very thin layer, guys. I'm going to take any of that excess off. I mean, that's basically, I'm just showing you what I'm doing, and you guys can do it this way too. But I'm not adding any extra product to the nail. I'm actually taking it off. All right. Floof? Nice. Okay. All right, ready? I gotta clean my brush again. Now you can use the, oh my gosh. Oh my Lance. You can use the gold. You don't have to use it so thick like I did. You know what I mean? It's totally up to you, but I think what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna use my liner brush. And then that way the gold isn't too... saturate this bad boy. That way I get a little bit more. I'm gonna bring this one. This is just, I don't know what made me think of it, doing it like this, but now, like I said, you want enough on there so you can see that color. Oh, it's so pretty. And then you just kind of add your colors, but I feel like, what did I do with it? Oh, there it is. And you may have to add it a couple, you know what I mean, a couple of times so you can get that color saturated in there. So it doesn't kind of fade away. Okay. Alright, now we're going to take our color and I'm going to use... Oh shit. Alright. Alright, let's take our teal. Let's take our glow blue. And I'll switch between the teal or the... Oh my gosh, you don't want that much, damn it. And we're going to go right beside it. We're going to take some of that off. Alright, I'm going to take the glow purple first. Blue and teal. And we're just going to let it... Same thing. This time, we're going to take... That one I did the glow purple, right? I think I did. So do blue. Regular purple. And we're going to come in this way. And we're just gonna... Alright, we're gonna do one more coming down this way. And I'm gonna take that glow purple. Glow blue. And I'm really gonna flatten that brush out. Okay. And then you have to let it sit. And typically what you want to do is you can also take a little bit of blooming gel if it's not going as fast as you want it to. See how it kind of goes into itself here? The more you let it go into itself, the better off you're going to be. But like I said, I took a lot of that off. So a lot of this isn't going to bloom like the gold did. You know what I mean? Now, I'm going to take a little bit of this solid purple. And we're going to drag this on the side. Now you can add these colors into it if you don't have a certain color. So let's drag this purple onto the side and just give it that like highlight, right? Now, like I said, anybody can do this. This is going to be almost like our little swirled look, right? I'm going to bring some of this in here. You really don't want it to go like that one, but bring that down like it's coming from the side. This one's pretty dope. And then I'm just gonna outline this part. See how this one's blooming, but the other ones aren't really blooming that much? And I'm just gonna bring this to the middle because they should bloom to the middle, but What are you gonna do, right? And we're just gonna make them meet in the middle. At least some of them. You don't have to do that, but I like to do that. Pull this guy down. Now you can pull them in the middle, or you could take it out and not do it to the center, but it's kind of like an abstract type of thing, so I'm actually gonna take some of that off. I'm gonna fade it. It's better to be faded than all. And I'm gonna bring it up and fade that up into that center. Same thing with this one. I'm gonna fade it up so that color's just kind of lightly faded in, but yet looks really, really cool, right? And you can kind of use the clear of that to kind of fade it into each other. And then it kind of gives you a really cool vibe, but the butterfly is going to be here. So technically we don't need all this right here. I just kind of want it vibed out here, but you want to really see the outside areas, you know what I mean? I just kind of did it one Saturday, so I'm actually going to take this excess off here since that butterfly is going to be there. My cat was up here. Alright, same thing. We're gonna just kind of make it just kind of go out. And then let's kind of do the same on this one. We'll bring that up here. Just like it's fading in the middle. You see that? Because I think it looks cool being faded in the middle like that. That's just my brain. Hi. Okay, love, no worries. I love you guys. I know I probably lost everybody. But I gotta get all this out of my brain, or I won't be able to do any more sets. You know what I mean? But I think it looks cool, and then once we get the butterfly and stuff on there. Look at that one. You know what I need? You know what we need, guys? I think we need some shimmer in this one. We need some actual shimmer in this one. Okay, that's gonna give us like that nice freaking... I'm just lightly freaking. Very light hand on those. Okay, I like that. All right, clean up the sides, make sure we're good. Nothing underneath. Okay. Alrighty dighty, guys. Let's do the next one. I know, it's not like super duper like whatever. I'm sorry. But it's FAIRYCORE and it's so pretty. Now, once we get all this on here, we can... What is that? Oh. We can do the... Like, we can add little chunks of, flakies and stuff, too, for that background, you know? Do we want to add flakies, or we want to keep it the way it is? Or you want to wait till we get the butterflies on? Thanks, love. No worries, guys. I know it's a little boring, but nail art is nail art. When my brain starts going, I'll forget to breathe, and then I'll forget to talk sometimes. You know what I mean? I'm like, ah! Okay, I'm cleaning my brush off here. Alright. Oh my gosh, dude. Alright, same thing. I'm kind of gonna go... I really want this to kind of still give us that color saturation. Ooh. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Alright. Shit. You know what I forgot to do? Put the freaking glitter in there. Dang it. It's fine. Alright, same thing. We're going to take the colors now. And this time I'm going to do one. And I'm going to make sure it's coming from the top here. Yeah. Alright, so we're going to add a certain color. Doing this really brings out those colors too, guys. You can just use your liner brush. Ooh. There we go. Alright, let's put our line in there. Probably, you didn't think this is what this was going to be, but you really want that line to, like, burst out of there. I think that's so pretty. Alright, we are now going to take our brush. You want it to leak outward. Just like it's fading into the abyss, right? Okay, I need to bring this around. Okay. Okay, I need some more. There we go. FAIRYCORE, you're thinking like 3D and all that, but I was going to, but I feel like I want to do the butterfly thing, and yeah, so we'll see how this looks. I'm gonna hold it, and then our sides are good. So I'm gonna have to put the glitter on. And I'm gonna use a liner brush to do that. So that way we can use the real tiny ones. So we're gonna take while it's still wet, guys. And we're just gonna kind of maneuver the glitter in certain areas. Just adds a little extra element, you know? Now you can add these big ones if you want, but I think it's too big, so I'm just outlining. With our glitter here. And typically you just want it in certain spots, but so yeah, that bingo tic-tac-toe that we did really got my juices kind of flowing, so I'm gonna put this guy in the center. And I don't like it in a line. Kind of like it broken up a little bit. And you just kind of get off. And you just kind of put it on there for a little bit of that accent, you know? Okay. That is what I wanted to do on the other side. And I forgot, so. And then just make sure your sides are good. And you don't have any excess. Okay. Alright, so I'm just going to use the clear gel for this one. Just so I have, like, my brush wet. Hi, everybody. Sorry. You like it? Is this artistic switch where an idea was in your head? Yeah? Mm-hmm. Hi! Hi! Uh-huh, it was. And, yeah, I was like, it needs to be done. Like, no, you can either do small ones, big ones, whatever. I mean, if you don't like this, you'll have to let me know. If it's boring, my apologies. Okay, I need these bigger glitters. I mean, I think for me, most people wouldn't take it this far, I guess. I don't know. I just kind of thought that it was a cool idea, even though it's a background. I feel like, and people are probably thinking, oh, I'm not going to be able to recreate that or something like that, but you really can. It's something that has been in my brain and I need to get it out. It's hard because I'm trying to, I don't know, kind of go up in more of my artistic scale a little bit instead of, I don't know, you know? I'm gonna add a little bit here. And then I'm gonna add some at the bottom. Oh my goodness. Oh, you just kind of put it wherever you feel is necessary. And I remembered that the butterfly is going over here, so half that's going to be covered up anyway. It's fine. Just need a little bit of that sparkle in there. That's all. You don't really need a lot. You don't have to go that freaking far into it, you know? But I like these little glitters really give it like that sparkle. Alright, we're just giving it some color. That's all. Not that there's no color on there, but I think sometimes people genuinely think that, like, I don't know. Me, I like watching people do nail art, like, no matter what it is. Like, I want to see where their brain's going. Alright, I'm gonna cure that. I want to see where Z brain's going, you know what I mean? Okay, so we have a little bit on that one, we have a little bit on the other. Alright. Now I gotta figure out which one's which. Okay. I think this one's that one. Alright, so this is what it looks like so far. It's really not that complicated, to be honest with you. It really isn't. You know what? I think I'm gonna take some of this. I'm gonna saturate my brush. And I'm going to... I'm just going to focus this in certain places here. Just so you get a little bit of that purple glitter kind of concentrated in certain areas, you know? Especially around like the rims of the water. Oh. Oh my gosh, come on. Oh hell. Just give me the purple, man. I will admit, I do go overboard sometimes, but I'm not going to apologize for going overboard because I feel like it's my duty to go overboard sometimes. And then we're going to end this here. There we go. Ooh, that really like... Oh yeah, I'm debating whether or not to put something over here. No, we're not. We're just going to leave it. Okay. Okay, so this is what they look like, guys. This is just the background, right? This is just the background. I love that nail. I knew I wanted to do at least 2 nails of that, but... Okay, we did it. We got through it. Did I add any other color? I don't remember. I don't think I did. Trying to think if I added any other color on there. Hi. Yeah, you're right. Ginger snap. There are some that are a lot, though. But you would think that they are a little bit more super hard, you know, let's just say. I'm going to move these so I have some room here. That way we can get all of our stuff on. Alright. Now, this is the butterfly that I want to put on there. Now, this is where I'm like, do I top coat now? And I'm trying to think if I need anything else. Oh my god, the glow is green. Why is the glow green? I thought the blue and the purple glowed blue and purple. Am I tripping? Huh. I guess the blue glows green? I didn't want any green in my set. But there's the glow element. Huh. Or does this one glow? Does this one glow, you guys? Because there's a lot of this color on there, and I don't remember if the creams glowed too or not. Yes? Oh man. Well, the whole thing glows because I really thought like, okay, well, all right, we're going with it anyway. So, okay. The butterflies I wanted to do, because like if you look on this one, I did stamping on these too. And so it's a little bit, got a little bit of stuff everywhere, right? Now I could do some stamping over top of these ones. But, you know, now what I was thinking was taking Shug. These colors right here also glow. And I was thinking about doing SUG, going like this, and then silver around the outside. And so, I wanted to use Shug so bad. And I wanted to put my name. Okay, I definitely am putting my name in there. Definitely put my name in there, but I think what I'm going to do is add the tiny stars on top. So for this nail, I'm going to go ahead and top coat so that way she's already done. You don't like it? Oh no. This nail is my favorite nail though. That's okay. You don't have to like it though. Meow. Oh my god, look at the floofs on my nail. Oh. My bad. I love you guys. Typically, I tell you guys, the floofs are here. That means sugar's here. I don't want them. It is so weird. Because I have... Alright, so we need to make sure that it's all nice and leveled out too. Do y'all hate it when you get shit in your top coat? It drives me absolutely flipping bonkers. Like when you can see the actual stuff in the top coat, I'm like, go away, get out of here. It's like, why and how? Oh my god, this floof is not coming off, you guys. Hold up. Oh my goodness, the floof isn't coming off at all. I need some of those finger things, them finger condom thingy-majigger bobbers. Now you can always take a clean brush and try to get it out too. Make sure there's nothing on my freaking hand. Oh, I guess she's staying in there, y'all. Because I can't get her off, so. I just put my fingerprint in that. Now I'll turn this over and let it sit over that glitter. Because you might need two to overlay that. two things of top coat to overlay that, just because if you have any of your glitter sticking up, you know what I mean? Okay, beautiful. Yeah, I'll probably have to do probably 2 coats on that one for sure. I guess that cured inside that. Okay, well. Goodness. Alright, guys, let's get to it. Shit. Aw, hi, Mary Jane! I wipe on a lint-free wipe. Me too. Got her! Nice. Let's put her in. Alright, so there's that one. Now we gotta... Do I have to put these butterflies on a no tacky surface, right? Okay, here's another thing I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and top coat this. Because this one's going to be the full blinged out nail. So I'm just going to go ahead and top coat this one so she's done. And if you have something in your top coat on something like this, then it really doesn't matter because you're not going to see it. So it's quite okay. Beautiful. Okay. Oh yeah, look at her. I definitely don't really want to cover her up too much, but I think putting my name in that with tiny stars, like maybe a star here and a star here or something like that, I feel like that's what I really want to do. So let's go ahead and... Should I wipe them? Oh, actually, we have to put a top coat over these because they are not smooth. So I'm going to have to top coat. And I forgot to tell you guys, you want to make sure they are sitting flat before you cure. Okay, got that one. Don't wipe. I believe you put them on tacky. Oh, okay, okay. Alright, well. Look at this. I hate these gloves. I'm gonna have to find a new pair of gloves. Okay. So we got those two. So let's put our stickers on. So far, it's what the set looks like. I know it doesn't look like much, but it will, and I can't wait to wear them because, yeah. Alright, so one's going to be on this side and one's going to be on that side. Which, right? Yeah, okay. So, should we do the pink or should we do, I like the purple, but I want big ones, like, I want big ones. You know what I mean? I don't know, what do you think? The purple? Or these ones? Because these kind of give us more of that fairy vibe. Because it's got more of that, like, but that's gold on it, but whatever. What do you think? The purple? Wipe the sticky layer before stickers. Oh shit. Because some I have to wipe and some I don't. But these are more decal-like. Alright, so we're wiping with alcohol. Oh shit. The colors look super pretty. Okay. Shit. Alright, first one on the side. Okay, I'm trying to make sure that Okay, everybody, we're doing it. I feel like the purple might not do us any good, but... What do you think? She's just gonna be off to the side, see? What do you think? That's how I saw it in my head, right? So okay. Alright, well we got them on there. And I'm gonna have to change my gloves, but I should just go ahead and put a top coat over these. Seal those in. Should I do the top coat though, or should I do a base coat to seal that in? I think it's so cool. Definitely coming out of my brain, so it's making me feel better. Now, the one thing that I thought about was one nail's gonna have black stamping and the other ones won't. So it's like, do I not do stamping? Or do I add like a little bit of stamping on, say, this one? What do you guys think? This one's going to be full bling, fuchsia bling. And I got those. And then I am going to add the shug on that one. Base and then top. A little bit of stamping. Okay. So I'm trying to make it like, if we do add stamping, I'm thinking of just... I have little, I guess we could stamp like moons and stars around it, you know what I mean? What is that? That's my blooming gel. So why do we need a base coat? Can I just do a top or what? Where does acquire the chain on the nail and what keywords do you use to find them? I got them in a 12-piece little thing like this from Amazon. And I just did metal nail chains. And it came in like a 12 like this. They have big ones and small ones. I'm just going to do I need to stamp on regular or do I need to stamp on a top coat? Is it best to top coat it and then stamp, or is it best to not top coat and stamp and then seal it? The Maniology Stamping Duo. Base then top just adds a little protection. Okay. Don't top coat? Oh shit balls, Batman. Okay. Yeah. Alright, we're learning. It's a learning curve, everybody. Okay. Alright, so I started top coating while I was asking that question, so. Good thing I only did one, huh? Thank you guys for being here to help explore my brain and what I'm doing. Okay. All good on that one. I'm going to give it a little bit more of a... Alright, so for the stamping though. Now, here's another thing. Do we want to do any of the, like these little glitter pieces? Kind of give it some little bit of like that fairy vibe mystique, if you will, or no? Do we want to add this right here to some of the places on these, or no? Because if we do that, then it'll give us a little bit of more of an ethereal type of look, right? Ooh. Look at that. Oh, it's so pretty. So if you're fast, you shouldn't need anything, but if you need a little sticky, stamp over base coat or foil gel. Okay. I'm going to open this so that way I have it open. And the reason why I'm doing this is because they decided to add tape on the outside of this freaking thing, so it's hard to get open. Good grief. Why does everything have to be a pain in the a-hole? Oh. Woo! Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. So we want a sticky base. Not a slimy one, but a sticky one, right? So I could have just used the polish, the stickiness from the polish, huh? Hi. Sorry. No. Go ahead and eat. Go ahead and eat what's left. Use those tiny butterflies. They're so pretty. I know, right? I got them to put in the thing. So, is that what we want to do, though? Do we want to add flake to it or no? Or we want to keep it? Alright, so we're going to seal this bad boy in with base coat. I'm just doing like a light layer on that too. Nothing too crazy. Yes, but you had no white for the stickers. Oh yeah, that's right, Okay. Make sure she's sealed in. Okay. Alright, so she's kind of coming up on the side here. Oh no, she's coming up, guys. Don't do this to me. Why is she coming up off there? Shit. This one isn't coming up, but this one for some reason came up, so no worries. Yeah, I don't know. It's coming up off the thing, so I'm gonna just hurry up and put it in the light. Damn. This one isn't coming up or anything like that. Not really sure why that one came up, so I'm probably gonna have to do this quite fast if we're gonna do stamping on it. Because these stickers are not like the original stickers that I typically use. They're more like decals and they seem different. So I'm going to do this really fast so it doesn't come up off the thing. Looks really cool though. Okay, those are in there. Good grief. Hi Nelly, how are you? Thank you for the jewels. Did you hear my glove fart? That was funny. Alright guys, yeah, you'll just have to let me know if we want to do any of the flakies or not. You know what I mean? I've already put top coat on that one, so we're not going to do flakies on that one, but if you think we should do flakies on them, let me know. Hello! I love when Mary Jane says that. Okay, there's our butterfly. So we have our butterfly, and you don't want it slippery, you just want it sticky, right? Okay. I think it's going to look cool. So on this one, we're going to add the chain like I did this one, but the chain's going to go through the pink. And then the middle is going to be, I'm going to take this little guy. We're going to, do you want me to put this in the center? Or would you rather me just do full detail? Because this is the only one I have that remotely looks like that color. Okay. Now, I can put some of those in there now and then stamp over it, but alright. Let's add a little bit of stamping. Because I have like little crystals, you know what I mean? Like I could add like a little crystal somewhere, or I have I seriously really thought about doing something like that, but what was I doing? Oh yeah, just some stamping in general sense. So this is what I used last time. I used this butterfly. But I'm almost thinking of just doing like we could do like something like that. Because we can't really put a lot on there in terms of stamping, but I can put the little stars on there. I can do these stars right here that I did on the other one. What do you think? Hi, Jess. Because if I do anything else, we're going to be a little bit on the... too much on one nail. You know what I mean? The stars? Okay. So I think what I'm gonna do is the tiny stars. I gotta find where the hell they're at. Because I thought I had a tiny little area that I could use in terms of like small stars. But I guess I don't. Alright. Hold on. Alright, acetone. And... okay. Oh man, it's going right through my glove. Shit. It's fine. It's fine. Alright. Okay. I don't need the moon. What am I doing? Where's my scraper? Come on. Ooh, looky! I did it! Oh my god, I did it! I did it! I did it! Okay. Should I just only do that one side and a little bit down here? Let's see. Okay. We're stamping, everybody. We're stamping. What do you think? Add just a little bit down here so it kind of goes like that, or just the top? What do you think? Can you see? Oh my gosh. None, actually. All of them are intact. Oh, I was like, none what? Okay, so same thing on this one. Ugh, I hate the smell of that. Alright, that one sucked. Half my stars didn't come out on that one. Okay, bear with me, guys. This is only my second time doing this, so. Okay. What am I doing? Oh, yeah. Okay, I just want these. I have to make sure I fill them in, though. Damn, that one sucked, too. Okay, guys, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? Am I not putting enough on, or... Okay, got it. Okay. I have to let that dry, right? Right. Okay, so this one's going to be the opposite side. Haha. Okay, I need one tiny one. Let's see if I can rock this little tiny one in this corner. Ta-da! Now, if I don't want one, can I brush it off? How do you guys get that to come off? I don't want to fuck it up. We're just going to go with it. One side's got that on there. And I feel like I'm going to do this little catty cornered action here. Okay, we did it, everybody. And I just need a little bit here. Okay. I did it. I'm just using these little dots. Okay. All right. We did it, everybody. We stamped it. We stamped them on there. Oh, I love that. Oh my god. I have a lot more on this one, but I feel like I need like one like little tiny bigger one. What did I do with my stamping plate? There it is. I feel like I need a big one. What do you guys think? Do you like it? Okay. I could call it done, but I feel like you can't see any of the stars, so I need to put one big one right there. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I just need a tiny bit. Ha! Okay. There we go. That's what I'm talking about, man. I'm gonna add this guy right here. Okay. I did it! Woohoo! Oh my god, I love it. Freaking love it, guys. Okay. We did our stamping for the day. And I just got it all over my arm. I just got that all over my flipping arm. Oh my god. Oh my god. If you guys don't know, I'm allergic to acetone. So that is why your girl doesn't do this half the time. Okay. That is done, everybody. Yeah, it got all over my freaking arm, but it's okay. Alright, I'm gonna move this out of the way so we finally have some freaking room here. Do I need a base coat over that, or am I fine with top coat? Now that we're good on that sense of the word. Okay. Now, we got our sticker, right? Okay. Do we want to do the, What did I want to call it? I don't even remember now. Oh yeah, the sugar on this one. So should I just top coat that? Oh. Okay. Well, I should have thought about it, and I should have put this on before I stamped it, so we had a little bit of the, like, that, those colors showing up behind the stars to give it more of like, you know what I mean? Like, more of that look I was going for, but that is okay. I don't know if it'll take it off, and so I'm a little scared. Okay. I like it, but I feel like we need pink, so let's take... That's gonna be fucking green. And alright, hold up, y'all. I'm gonna see if this little bit of purple I got in here will... Okay. Just to give us a little bit of sparkle. Eee. I'm trying to go in between. And I'm only doing it on this side. So it kind of gives us a little bit more. And then we'll get to the... We'll start adding shit on. If you guys like this little ethereal FAIRYCORE type set, make sure to like and subscribe. But yes, this is what was in my head. And I needed it. Just want that purple to like really, really show up. I don't know if you guys can even see it or not, but... Okay, it just gives it a little bit of that sparkle. I got a little bit right here, but that's fine. Alright. Alright. Now, you know what I forgot to do, y'all? I forgot to go around this outside part with that silver before I put the top coat on. Shit! Oh well, it's fine. I could go over it again, but I fear it's going to make it look wonky, so. Alrighty. I'm going to make sure this is good to go, and then we're top coating. Oh my god, the sparkle in that. Can you guys see the blue purple sparkle in the corner there? And you have the sparkle from the hollow, plus you have the sparkle from the other hollow and the pink that I used. We have multiple different layers of sparkle. I'm trying to lay this out so that way this bottom is kind of not in all the way, if that makes sense. Oh shit, that's base coat, not top coat. I wondered why it was so damn thin. What the heck? That's alright. Thanks for staying with me, everybody. So technically, you don't need that much base coat, guys. Holy shit. But that does look really cool on there. Especially over those colors. I'm just making sure I get that excess off there. It's okay. Okay. Alright, and she goes. I guess I'm going to base coat both of them so they're both the same. Alright, do you guys like it? Do you think I should add something else? Now, typically if I have this big hump right here because the stupid sticker started to come up. So, I'm gonna have to do something about that. And I want to say thank you all from the bottom of my heart for being here, cheering me on, helping me pick out stuff. I really appreciate it. But yeah, I have like this big indent right here that needs to be filled in, but do you think I should still do the crystal idea? What do you guys think? You won't be able to see the butterfly, but I'm doing the outside of the butterfly, so it's a bit different. You know what I mean? Yes, Mary Jane. I love you. Oh, that looks so cool. Part of me is like, leave it alone. Don't even do anything to it. Top coat it and go. And another part, and put your rhinestones on. And then another part of me is like, because, let me show you this so you can kind of get the gist of what I'm talking about here. So we'll take these tiny gems and make it part of the butterfly. Oh, but it's going to be multicolored, right? So the butterfly is just a kind of like a thing to, you know, it's like you just kind of use these guys and make it into a cool like type of stone butterfly, and you just kind of fill it in. that was my thought, guys. That was my thought. And just kind of use them to stack in and fill in the areas that you're needed to fill in. But I'm not sure it's going to work. And you basically just have to stack them together. As long as you still have that outside of that butterfly coming through, you know what I mean? You should still be able to do what you gotta do. But yeah, that was my thought. I don't know. You just kind of have to fill it and go. But I've had this in my head. You know what I mean? And it's just, it means the crystals are the butterfly, and so they don't have to be a certain way. They can be spiked outward. They can, you know what I mean? Just as long as you fill in that spot, you know what I mean? And make it the same butterfly and fill in little areas with other ones. And yeah, so that's what I thought. And so I don't know. Honestly, I don't really know if it's gonna work the way I'm thinking in my brain. Because you have to strategically place each one in there, you know what I mean? Would it look bomb? Yes. If I could get it to go, absolutely. I would trace the butterfly with a silver outline, but that's just me. I was hoping I could do a crystal butterfly. In my head, I was like, oh yeah, we stick the crystals up and then da 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 da. You know what I mean? If I had flat ones, I know I could make it work if I had flat ones. I know I can. Okay, well. Maybe I'll have to try it with something else some other time, you know? Alright, I'm going to... Alright. Well, so much for the crystal butterfly. It's fine. The outline, I don't know about how I would do the outline on that, to be honest. What would I do the outline with? And I'm kind of mad that I didn't do the outline of this because it really makes it pop, but it's fine. It's fine. I need my gel. Alright. So it's going to come down like that. And then I'm going to make this kind of... I'm trying to think of how I want to do this. Do I want to do it like that? Bring this in the center. And then this guy will go kind of like that, right? That is how I had it in my head, y'all. But I don't think... What do you think? Do you like it like that? Or should you do it straight down? The G is so big. My goodness. Wasn't expecting it to be so big, but... Or I can take it and do this. No, because I want it in the middle. Ooh, I like that. That's really different. It's not... It's kind of going with the flow, right? I am gonna push that up more. Okay, I'm gonna cure that because I really like the placement of that, unless I move this over a little bit. Okay. I don't want it up too far. Haha, that goes right with it. Okay. Cure, bitch. Cure, bitch. Alright. What was I putting on there? Stars. That's what I was putting on there. Okay. The chain's gonna go on the pinky. We have either stars or tiny butterflies. So we have these purple tiny butterflies. Or we have my tiny blue stars. I mean, we could always use both. I'm sure we could do like a star and a butterfly, or I could use the little tiny butterflies. But my thought was putting these down the river, but I think they're going to be too big. These little pink ones to accent the color. So I think they might be a little bit too big, but we'll have to see when we pull it out. Are you guys here for it? Hi. Hi, Lori. OCD is saying straight, but I know. I'm a catty. I have to catty corner everything. Aw, thanks, Jess. Thanks, guys. I literally have to catty corner everything. No joke. If it's on one side, it's got to be on the other, and like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know why I'm like that, but... So, I don't really want to... I want this to stay here. I'm so mad that I didn't outline this in silver, but whatever. So we can either do like a... The other things are too big for my nails, so... We can either do a purple butterfly. Oh, shit. Or we could put, I have these cute little bows. Is bow fairy, or do we not want to do bows? Oh, now I don't know. What do we want to do? Bows or butterflies and stars? So you just take a butterfly. But I think I should do it here. Yeah. What if I did a bow right there? Alright, hold up, y'all. Hold on. Hold up. Wait a minute. Because if I did it on the corner right here, I could add a little bow to my name. Right? Add a little bow to my name, and then it could be like over the S. You know what I mean? So if we have purple, then we need like a blue or a white. Let's see what this bow looks like. Oh yeah, it's not gonna work. It's small, but it's a lot bigger than what I thought. I thought I could fit it right over that S. You know what I mean? Okay, that's fine. I'm just gonna do... I'm gonna do my little star there. I'm gonna add a little star here. And then I'm kind of thinking I need to do it. It's kind of hard to do it on the corner, but I kind of need it to follow. You know what? Does it look better in the center, or does it not? Center? So it's kind of following the thing. You know what? We're going to leave it there. Alright, I'm going to grab a butterfly so I can actually add one of those small butterflies to this. And then this nail is Dunsky. This nail is Dunsky, everybody. And you're going to add these. So I'm going to take a small silver one. And I wish they had the real teeny tiny ones, but... So we're going to take this guy and we're going to set him right here. Right on the corner of that S. Oh, come on. Oh, for crying out loud. Come on. Okay. I'm going to put one here. And then I'm going to stick that. Haha, look at that. Okay. And then we're going to stick one, I guess, over here. This is helping my brain. And this one's gonna go here. Alright, need a little bit more. Mm. Okay. Alright, that is what we're working with, guys. I'm not really caring too much for this one, but I'm just have to catty corner that one a little bit more. Okay. That was what I was thinking in my head, everybody. At least now I can move the hell on, right? Okay. I'm sorry. Enjoy shopping. Love you guys. It's no problem at all. Okay, so Cola's nail, we are going to add one of these, and then I think we're going to do the... I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do on the other two nails. I don't really quite know what to do on the other two nails. I don't know if I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. Do I just leave them? Or do I add something? I don't even know what I would add, to be honest with you. You know, I could add a little star in the middle right there. But I have to top coat them first. We could always add that, like a glow in the dark star. Oh no, they're green, so let's not do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and top coat. Let's top coat and... Okay. I'm gonna top coat, fill in this little area as much as I can. But I am just gonna put a little tiny blue star right where that messed up part is. Oh my god, I love that. It's so pretty. That is really pretty. I do appreciate those of you that are here that have stayed. I really am so grateful, you guys. That is so pretty. Let's take our excess. Oh my god, I cannot wait to wear these, you guys. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna hold it upside down. Do you guys like my name on it? I do tend to overthink a lot, though, don't I? Okay, I need to fill this in. Okay, let's fill this part in. So it's like all one. Okay. Do I overthink a lot? I think so. Don't I? I definitely overthink a lot. Alright, sorry, I needed to make sure I filled that in really nicely. Okay. I'm just glad you guys are here for the artistic part of it, you know? Alright, I'm trying not to get a dip in this, and it's kind of dipping, but oh well. Alright. Just making sure. Yes, this is the same nail. I cannot wait to show you guys the glow. This one glows so crazy. Alright. Well, that one's done. Alright, next up. Top coat the other one, and then Dunsky on those. So I will put a tiny star in the center of the butterflies on... Oh, maybe I don't need to do it on that one. I don't know, we'll see. I am so grateful you guys are here. I know I'm concentrating so much, so I apologize, guys, for hardly talking. I don't mean to. Typically, I'm pretty good about talking, but we can get this done so that way I can unbox my La Katrina box and my Madame Glam colors we're doing tomorrow. And then you guys get to pick the colors that I use and what I'm going to make tomorrow. And we're not going to be on long tomorrow. Tomorrow's just going to be something super easy. And you guys are going to help pick out what colors I use. And if I use any at all. One thing I do got to do is I got to pee. I mean, we're almost done, but we got to do Cola's nail. Oh my god, I love it. I think I got what I needed out of my head, though. Alright, I'm just fixing this. Encapsulating that little bitty part. Okay, nice. Alright, in she goes. I love it, though. She is gorgeous. Okay. Alrighty dighty. So, the one thing we're going to do is the little tiny stars. We're going to do this little tiny star. And since that's already a butterfly, even though I found this little fairy right here, I can't put it on my nail because it's going to look goofy if I do. So, we can either do a bow or no. What do you guys think? Or just leave it completely? Do we want to put a star on there? I just cured all that. To my nail. Okay. I have to pee. Alright, what I mean by that is adding a star right here in the dead center. And like some caviar beads. And that's it on this one. We don't want a butterfly overlapping. So we're just going to do what I did on the other nail. And we're going to do a star with tiny little beads. And I'm going to use a blue star. if I can get it to go. Hold on. What do you think? It'll just kind of tie that middle part together, or no? Yay or nay? Yay or nay? I need to know before I go through with it. Most people wouldn't go all out this way, but you know what? We're just gonna do one. We're gonna do one caviar bead. Does it look retarded? Alright, I'm just gonna cure it. I feel like it looks a little bit weird, but I'm following the... At least we have a star in there, I guess. My whole thing was put a star up in the corner so you can have kind of like a night sky look. And then I was like, oh, let's put a moon in there. And then I was like, oh my god, let's put this in there. Too big. You know? And then I was like, oh, put a butterfly in there. And I was like, oh, we could put a little purple butterfly in there. And then I was like, oh, a bow would look so pretty, but not in the sky. And then I was like, oh, we could put one of those there up in the sky. Okay, it's too much. I know. All right, we're just going to do it. See how my brain goes, though? I can appreciate my brain, though. To be honest. I really can. Oh, there's one. Alright, same thing. Now I'm just following this, and so the other one, so I'll put this guy on top of this one, and the other one will be on the bottom. And there we go. It just kind of ties the middle part together, but... Alright, those are flack and done. Alright. I don't know why this one looks goofy on there, but... Alright. What the... Okay. Now we gotta do the pink nail, and that's it, guys. So it should be fairly easy. There's not a lot to put on there. There is, but there's not. So it's gonna be a full bling nail with a tiny chain. And I already cut the chain. We're gonna do a tiny little bit of this chain, and then on these little round things, we're gonna add the... This nail is for Cola, because I promised her that I would add it. Okay. Let's grab our fuchsia gemstones. I'm going to put them in here. I'm going to move this guy. Alright, I'm gonna move all that. Alrighty, dighty. I'm gonna pour these fuchsia gems in here. Now, they're kind of on the bigger side, so I'm gonna need smaller ones. Because, like I said before, you want to go with the nail, right? You want to go with the size of the nail. Cola, do we want that big pink thing in the center or no? What you think, baby? What you think? Alright, so I'm gonna grab my fuchsia. And hopefully we can get some of these shapes to work. And I think I'm gonna add one of those hearts. And basically these hearts will take up... I like that heart. Did I just see a star? I thought I just saw a star. Maybe not. Okay, apparently not. But this is a star, so we'll use that guy. I just want a few shapes in there to kind of get us going. And we can fit some bigger ones and smaller ones in there. And I think it'll look cool. Oop. Do you like the hearts, Cola? We got the side hearts, regular hearts, and diamond. And then trapezoidal. Okay. And I think that's it. That's all I got, so. What do we want in terms of the middle part? Do you want this pink one in there or no? Or do you just want me to actually just fill it? Is Cola still here? So I have this, right? And so this could be the actual center. But I think it's a little too bulky for what we're going for. So we're just gonna... And we can add like the silver butterflies throughout to kind of... We could either do purple, and we can also use like those. Nope, nope. I have these little butterflies I could put in there. I only have one of those, so let's see. That kind of could be our focal point there. Is these little butterflies. They might not fit well, but we also have these silver ones, so we can add those little tiny ones too. Alright, Cola. Alright, let me move these over here. These have all shapes and sizes. Oh shit, those are a tad bit more darker. Those are definitely way darker fuchsia. Shit. I'm just gonna have to use those. Alright, well. Now, I don't typically do the whole nail at once, so I'm using the crazy top thick. And what I typically like to do is you place your thing, whatever you're going to have in random areas, you kind of place that on the nail so that way you can kind of go around it and get your fitment of your rhinestones where you need them. Now these are all the same size. And you want to make sure you're kind of gathering up the entire nail. So place them accordingly, guys. Woo! And you kind of want to shift them around too. So not only are they touching each other and they're right up into like the corner. Oop, shit balls about, man. So I guess I'm just going to put this all on here and do it like this. So we can go one swipe at a time, I guess. Not sure if I like that big one in the center. What do you guys think? Alright, so we're going to move these up all the way around to that outside part. And if I have to, I might have to use caviar beads to kind of fill in around the nail. But you want them in like the corners of each other, so I don't know if they're all going to fit. So I'll have to... Shit. And you don't want them to stick off the nail either. Alright guys, we're getting her done. I like to fill in even the smallest areas, but some, depending on how you got it and what you got in there and how you need, like, you need to make sure you have 3 mm rhinestones as well as, like, because that's like the smaller end of the rhinestones. See how I have that open spot right there? I'm going to have to put something there. Alright, that guy's going to go there. So I'm shoving this right up inside that butterfly. You kind of want them to be, you know, I guess, together. You know what I mean? I can't function, or I can't say the words, but... And I'm gonna have to use some smaller... I'm gonna take out a smaller butterfly. And... or we'll do a bigger one. Alright, let's not do too big of one. Let's do kind of a small one, and then... And I'll put this guy. And this guy will go... Cola, I hope you love this, babe. I'm really, really trying. Because the whole goal when you're doing a full nail like this is to make sure every area is done. Does that make sense? Like, every area is up against each other. So you're just going to kind of fill up the space. Sometimes you kind of gotta go fast because the shit's not gonna allow you to go slow unless you do one for one. Like, put your, as long as I can get this on fast enough, I can move them the way I need to. I honestly thought that I had. See how you have this big gap right here? I can try to push some in there, but... yeah, it's not gonna work. Alright. But yeah, you want to make sure you're going up, around, inside, coming up, and making sure they're really around that edge. And not falling off the sides either. You want to line them up with the edge. It's okay. I'm going to add another butterfly. I wish I had a super tiny one, but... it doesn't take too long, you know. This guy's going to go right here at that smack end. It just sucks because I don't have anything to fill in these areas, but... because it's always good to have really small stones to fill in any open gaps that you might have. You know? Okay. And you really want them to kind of come together. Okay. That's as good as it's going to get. Okay. There we go. Make sure nothing's sticking off to the edge. All right. Not my typical nail I would do, but just make sure it's kind of all even and there she is. Alright guys, that's it. There they are. We did it! Not what I... Oh shit. I knew that was gonna happen. Yeah, so that's my nails. And I forgot to put the chain on like a dork. If I would have put the chain on, we would have been able to kind of add a little bit more room on those, but it is what it is, everybody. I don't want to keep you any longer than what I already have. I didn't get to do... We're going to have to revisit that crystal butterfly. You know? Alright, so these are my FAIRYCORE nails. What do you think? Do you guys want me to put them on so I can show you the glow, or are you good to go? Because I have no problem showing you the glow. Do you want me to put them on and show you the glow, or you just want me to show you the glow in general? Hi! Cola, do you like your nail, babe? What do you guys think? Okay. Alright, I shall put them on and show you the glow, and then we will be out of here. Okie dokie chokie. I think that came out pretty nice. Ooh, that's so pretty. I didn't realize that that green one actually glowed in the dark, to be honest with you. I really didn't. I kind of thought it was just a color, but that teal actually glowed in the dark. Yeah, it probably would have looked better if I outlined the butterfly, but I got it out of my head, so now I can finally stop thinking about it, you know? And by the way, these are the Varnail tips, which are my absolute favorite tips because they don't shrink. They don't shrink. I love you guys. Thanks for staying here. Thanks, Lolly. Thanks to all of my mods. Thanks for coming, Mary Jane. And everybody. All shapes, the Lucky Charms. Oh, I'm sorry. You guys couldn't see anything? Oh no. My bad. Oh yeah, see? No shrinkage. Oh, look at those though. You're welcome, babe. Thank you for being here. Okay. We have this one and then the pinky. Almost done. And you guys are fucking troopers. Staying this whole time. I don't even know what fucking time it is, but I know it's late. Thank you, Ginger Snap. I appreciate it. Are we really listening to a Christmas song right now? Oh my god, I love it. I kind of needed to swirl, cut down the corner of this one a little bit, but sometimes it's a bit different when you have certain nail tips on and whatnot, you know? Nice. I freaking love them, dude. I'm gonna try to put my... There's my butterfly. Look at that. I love them. Definitely different, too. And then my thumb. My thumb's like wicked. We stamped too, though, which... Nice. Alright. I'm gonna turn my lights out. I'm gonna turn this off. And you guys should be able to see... Look at the glow. Look at the glow on that. Okay, we ready? Whoa! Look at that. That looks freaking awesome. And on here, you can't even see the glow really because I use such small amount of color on the background on that one. There we go. That is cool. And the shug glows blue, so that's even cooler. There we go. Dang, that green really took over the blue and the purple glow, but I mean, hey. There is the set, everybody. I actually like it a lot. I'm super glad I did the stamping, though. You know what I mean? That is awesome. Thank you guys so much for being here. That is a nail set that was in my head. A little bit different, but not bad. At least it came out, you know what I mean? Alright, guys. Shout out to my members, my mods. I love you guys so freaking much. I'm gonna put these away and go take shots out in the sun. And be back here tomorrow at 1 p.m. so we can unbox our La Katrina nails. I love you. Thank you all so much for being here. And thanks for staying with me this whole time and just letting me do my thing, you know? I really appreciate it. I really like, look, it's hard kind of to see with the purple that's inside there. Maybe I'll be able to get it once I'm on video, but yeah, okay. I'm gonna leave you with this set. I hope you all have an amazing, wonderful, fantastic night, and I will see you on the flip side. Toodaloo! Oh yeah, make sure you like and make sure you subscribe and hype the life. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a blessed day.